We all know that it can be hard sometimes to find new application ideas that you could build in order to either improve or learn a new programming language or framework. Tip: when writing reusable code, turn into bit components. Then you can easily share and reuse it across all your apps and projects, to easily build better modular software applications faster. It's open source, give it a try. Share reusable code components as a team bit. Easily share reusable components between projects and applications to build faster as a team. Collaborate to develop. Bit.dev. In this article we're going to look into 15 app ideas which are great to improve your coding skills biceps, great to experiment with new technologies great to be added in your portfolio to impress your next employer client file folder, great to be used as examples in tutorials, articles or videos page with a curl, easy to complete and also easily extendable with new features. OK sign. And on top of that, each app idea has a clear and descriptive objective, a list of user stories which should be implemented, a list of bonus features which are option, but good to have, all the resources and links to help you find what you need to complete the project. We divided these app ideas into 3 tiers based on the knowledge and experience required to complete them. The tiers are beginner, intermediate and advanced. In this article you'll find 5 ideas from each tier. 1. Countdown timer. Tier 1 beginner. We all have important events we look forward to in life, birthdays, anniversaries, and holidays to name a few. Wouldn't it be nice to have an app that counts down the months, days, hours, minutes, and seconds to an event? Countdown Timer is just that app. The objective of Countdown Timer is to provide a continuously decrementing display of the months, days, hours, minutes, and seconds to a user-entered event. Constraints. Use only built-in language functions for your calculations rather than relying on a library or package like Moment.js. This assumes, of course, that the language of your choice has adequate date and time manipulation functions built in. You may not use any code generators such as the counting down to site. You should develop your own original implementation. User stories. User can see an event input box containing an event name field, and date field, an optional time, and a start button. User can define the event by entering its name, the date it is scheduled to take place, and an optional time of the event. If the time is omitted, it is assumed to be at midnight on the event date in the local time zone. User can see a warning message if the event name is blank. User can see a warning message if the event date or time are incorrectly entered. User can see a warning message if the time until the event data and time that has been entered would overflow the precision of the countdown timer. User can click on the Start button to see the countdown timer start displaying the days, hours, minutes, and seconds until the event takes place. User can see the elements in the countdown timer automatically decrement. For example, when the remaining seconds count reaches 0, the remaining minutes count will decrement by 1 and the seconds will start to count down from 59. This progression must take place from seconds all the way up to the remaining days position in countdown display. Bonus features. User can save the event so that it persists across sessions. User can see an alert when the event is reached. User can specify more than one event. User can see a countdown timers for each event that has been defined. Useful links and resources. Images of analog tube-based countdown timers can be found here. ClearInterval MDN. Set Interval MDN. Date MDN. Example projects. Countdown timer built with React. Simple clock countdown timer. 2. Flip image. Tier 1 beginner. It's important for web developers to understand the basics of manipulating images since rich web applications rely on images to add value to the user interface and user experience (UI, UX). Flip image explores one aspect of image manipulation, image rotation. This app displays a square pane containing a single image presented in a 2x2 matrix. Using a set of up, down, left, and right arrows adjacent to each of the images, the user may flip them vertically or horizontally. You must only use native HTML, CSS, and JavaScript to implement this app. Image packages and libraries are not allowed. User stories. User can see a pane containing a single image repeated in a 2x2 matrix. User can flip any one of the images vertically or horizontally using a set of up, down, left, and right arrows next to the image. Bonus features. User can change the default image by entering the URL of a different image in an input field. User can display the new image by clicking a Display button next to the input field. User can see an error message if the new image's URL is not found. Useful links and resources. How to flip an image. Create a CSS flipping animation. Example projects. Image effects by Bennett Feely. 3. Notes app. Tier 1 Beginner. Create and store your notes for later purpose. User stories. User can create a note. User can edit a note. User can delete a note. When closing the browser window, the notes will be stored, and when the user returns, the data will be retrieved. Bonus features. User can create and edit a note in Markdown format. On save, it will convert Markdown to HTML. User can see the date when he created the note. Useful links and resources. Local storage. Markdown guide. Marked, a Markdown parser. Example projects. Markdown notes built with Angular on CodePen. Markdown notes built with React. Markdown notes built with Angular 7 and Bootstrap 4. 4. Recipe. Tier 1 Beginner. You might not have realized this, but recipes are nothing more than culinary algorithms. Like programs, recipes are a series of imperative steps which, if followed correctly, result in a tasty dish. The objective of the recipe app is to help the user manage recipes in a way that will make them easy to follow. Constraints. For the initial version of this app, the recipe data may be encoded as a JSON file. After implementing the initial version of this app, you may expand on this to maintain recipes in a file or database. User stories. User can see a list of recipe titles. User can click a recipe title to display a recipe card containing the recipe title, meal type, breakfast, lunch, supper, or snack, number of people it serves, its difficulty level, beginner, intermediate, advanced, the list of ingredients including their amounts, and the preparation steps. User click a new recipe title to replace the current card with a new recipe. Bonus features. User can see a photo showing what the item looks like after it has been prepared. User can search for a recipe not in the list of recipe titles by entering the meal name into a search box and clicking a Search button. Any open-source recipe API may be used as the source for recipes. See the MealDB below. User can see a list of recipes matching the search terms. User can click the name of the recipe to display its recipe card. User can see a warning message if no matching recipe was found. User can click a Save button on the cards for recipes located through the API to save a copy to this app's recipe file or database. Useful links and resources. Using Fetch. Axios. The MealDB API. Example projects. Recipe Box, a free code camp project, FCC. React Recipe Box. 5. Quiz app. Tier 1 Beginner. Practice and test your knowledge by answering questions in a quiz application. As a developer, you can create a quiz application for testing coding skills of other developers. HTML, CSS, JavaScript, Python, PHP, etc. User stories. User can start the quiz by pressing a button. User can see a question with 4 possible answers. After selecting an answer, display the next question to the user. Do this until the quiz is finished. At the end, the user can see the following statistics. Time it took to finish the quiz. How many correct answers did he get? A message showing if he passed or failed the quiz. Bonus features. User can share the result of a quiz on social media. Add multiple quizzes to the application. User can select which one to take. User can create an account and have all the scores saved in his dashboard. User can complete a quiz multiple times. Useful links and resources. Open trivia database. Example projects. Quiz app built with React. Wait for it to load as it is hosted on Heroku. Quiz app interface. 6. Book Finder app. Tier 2 Intermediate. Create an application that will allow users to search for books by entering a query, title, author, etc. Display the resulting books in a list on the page with all the corresponding data. User stories. User can enter a search query into an input field. User can submit the query. This will call an API that will return an array of books with the corresponding data, title, author, published date, picture, etc. User can see the list of books appearing on the page. Bonus features. For each item in the list, add a link that will send the user to an external site which has more information about the book. Implement a responsive design. Add loading animations. Useful links and resources. You can use the Google Books API. Example projects. Book Finder. 7. Card Memory Game. Tier 2 Intermediate. Card memory is a game where you have to click on a card to see what image is underneath it and try to find the matching image underneath the other cards. User stories. User can see a grid with NXN cards, n as an integer. All the cards are face down initially, hidden state. User can click a button to start the game. When this button is clicked, a timer will start. User can click on any card to unveil the image that is underneath it, change it to visible state. The image will be displayed until the user clicks on a second card. When the user clicks on the second card, if there is a match, the two cards will be eliminated from the game, either hide, remove them or leave them in the visible state. If there isn't a match, the two cards will flip back to their original state, hidden state. When all the matches have been found, the user can see a dialog box showing a congratulations message with a counter displaying the time it took to finish the game. Bonus features. Use can choose between multiple levels of difficulty: easy, medium, hard. Increased difficulty means decreasing the time available to complete and/or increasing the number of cards. User can see the game statistics (NR) of times he won, he lost, best time for each level. Useful links and resources. Wikipedia. Example projects. Flip Card Memory Game. Memory Game. SMB3 Memory Card Game. 8. Drawing App. Tier 2 Intermediate. Create digital artwork on a canvas on the web to share online and also export as images. User stories. User can draw in a canvas using the mouse. User can change the color. User can change the size of the tool. User can press a button to clear the canvas. Bonus features. User can save the artwork as an image, .png, .jpg, etc. format. User can draw different shapes, rectangle, circle, star, etc. User can share the artwork on social media. Useful links and resources. Learn how to create a drawing application using P5.js. Example projects. Drawing app by Florin Pop. Drawing app by T0mm4RX. 9. Simple online store. Tier 2 Intermediate. The goal of the simple online store is to give your users the capability of selecting a product to purchase, viewing purchase information, adding it to an online shopping cart, and finally, actually purchasing the products in the shopping cart. Constraints.